What's happening? Yeah. How y'all doing? Doing all right? All right. This episode of the podcast, episode number 126, is brought to you by Silence and Solitude. Based out of Southern New Jersey, Silence and Solitude is a metalcore quintet that consists of Shane Roxas, Colby Hempel, Cody Mitchell, Alexander Coates, and Justin Pomper. The band formed in early 2015 and made their debut in September of the following year, 2016, having spent the previous year writing and recording. And what did it lead to? Their debut album, Resurgence. It debuted at number 20 on the iTunes Metal charts. They have released music videos for the singles Suffering, Deceiver, and for the cover of Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Yeah, that's right. Now, if you don't believe me by saying that it's an incredible album, and if you don't believe the band saying that it's an incredible album, well, what about New Transcendence? They said that Resurgence is a must-listen for 2016, without a doubt, especially for fans of metal and its subgenres. If you're looking for something that is emotionally powerful, but not too whiny, aggressive, but not hate-filled, and can stand the test of time, this is the album you've been searching for. For more information, hit up www.silenceandsolitude.com. Episode 126, also brought to you by our boys in 627. So imagine the Foo Fighters and Muse stuffed in an underground studio during the nuclear holocaust with nothing but Weezer and Radiohead albums to session. Well, you don't need to imagine anymore. You have 627, delivering the attitude of an underdog and the punch of a champion. 627's chunky guitar riffs, charismatic vocals, and emotional solos are the most beautiful ass-whooping your ears will have ever taken. For more information, hit up dub7records.com. That's D-U-B, the number 7, records.com, and like them on Facebook, facebook.com/SIXTWOSEVEN, then the number 627. So 627 spelled out, then the numbers 6, 2, and 7. And last but not least, this podcast is brought to you by the Golden Hearts Festival. It takes place on August... Well, then there's new dates. So it takes place on Thursday, August 10th, and Tuesday, August 15th. Apparently there was some discrepancy. I'm not exactly too sure what. But anyways, on August 10th, you have In Loving Memory, Monument of a Memory, Zoom, Approaching Troy, Anahata, Champ, and Shallow Views. While on August 15th, you have Jinx, Bored Anew, The Hearkening, Trace Your Steps, Refinement, Iridian, Ender, and Prevailer. Tickets are $16 for each day, and they're on sale now on Live Nation, or you can hit up any one of these bands, and they'll hook you up with some tickets. So come on out, support the New York City, New Jersey scene if you're in the area. It's going to be a fun 2 days of fun. Yes, a fun couple days of fun. And everyone loves fun, right? From out of the wasteland of generic podcasts and radio shows, one has emerged. It prides itself on having conversations with the most talented musicians from all over the world. If you like a boring question and answer interview, this isn't for you. If you want deep conversations about anything and everything, you've come to the right place. Your new favorite show starts now, and its name is Behind the Barricade.
Yeah, this is Pyn. Who is this?
This is Tiffany. Tiffany with Behind the Barricade. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Very good.
Did I just call you a second ago and hang up on you?
No, you didn't.
I was trying
Yeah.
to place the call, and I don't know what happened. Anyway, so how's your day going so far, man?
Well, usually I would say fantastic, but last night our tour bus engine blew up, and we're figuring out ways to get to Warped Tour to Seattle so we can play the show. Yes, it's a pretty crazy scenario. The head gases blew, and luckily Bad Cop, another band on Warped Tour, friends of ours, were a few hours behind us on the freeway, and they came and took all our equipment and everything to take it to Seattle, and we just rented a car, and we're just in the car and about to leave to see if we can make it up to Seattle for the shows, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do next. We don't know exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Must go on. Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Oh, my God. Do you need me, because I know you're working out.
I'll let you know if I
need
need
to call you back at a different time or something?
No, this is fine. If something comes in, I'll put you on hold for a second because I'm getting calls nonstop. But yeah, let's whatever you want to do, let's do it.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm really excited to talk to you, first of all, because I've heard the whole album, your new album, Love My Mind. I wanted to start with that because it's super, 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 super awesome.
Great, thank you. We feel the same.
It. And then reading the backstory on you guys, coming from an artist commune, you actually ran it. That blew my mind. Tell me a little bit about how that came to be, and the commune itself, and how you came to run it.
Well, I keep going back to Venice in California, Venice Beach area. Because I'm a skater and surfer, so I keep going back there. And I happened to be there in 2007 when I was working with Fluggy Molly doing some things. And I met this guy, Matt Wesson, who's a film director and pro surfer. And one day we were sitting at a restaurant, and he's like, "What would you do if you had $1 million?" And I said, "Well, I have all this, property, my family's properties in Crete, Greece, where I'm from. I would open up an artist commune and invite all the best artists of the world to not worry about time and money, and they could just come there and work on their art and not have any restrictions of time and money, and they would do the art for themselves, and then the art will find its way out to the world." And he's like, "Oh my God, that's like pay it forward. That's a fantastic way." And oh my God, he's like, "You know what? I have $60,000. I'll invest in it. Let's go." So we flew to Crete. He saw the place. We went surfing, and we saw the places, and we went and found artists, and we invited artists, and they started coming. And 5 of those artists were actually all the members of the band Group Love, which are a big indie band, popular band before they were known.
Right.
So it just started that just to help other artists. But as we were doing it, we had no time for our art. It was kind of stressful, just helping everybody else. But it was part of the plan. And so that's kind of how it happened. And that's where I met close by. I met Isis Queen, our singer, who became part of the artist commune. And she was learning all the people's songs, listening. And one day, after watching a Zeppelin movie, Song Remains the Same, a few times, she said, I want to do that. And I said, "What? Sing." And I said, she said, "You want to start a band together?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't play like Zeppelin." But I told her, well, I can play like the Sex Pistols and the Ramones and Clash. She's like, "Yeah, let's start a punk band." So that's how it happened.
Wow. Were you previously, was that your genre of music? You like pop?
I like anything that's guitar oriented and loud. And anything. I mean, I like so much music, but I'm definitely a fan of the first wave of punk and some of the great classic rock bands like Beatles and Stones and Zeppelin and AC/DC. I like a lot of the new age stuff like The Cure and stuff like that too.
Wow. So tell me a little bit about Rub My Mind. What the whole thing with the
So what happened was that we were playing Riot Fest in Chicago, and we were invited to watch the Eagles of Death Metal. So we were on their stage watching them, hanging out with them. And so afterwards we talked to them and said, "Hey, you should come to Crete to our artist commune, the Icarus, and come and record there some songs." And they said, "Yeah, that'd be awesome. We could find a way to do it." And then Dave Catching, the guitarist, goes, "Well, you can come to my studio in Rancho del Luna in Joshua Tree, California, and record." We're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "I think, you have to be invited to go there." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm inviting you." And that's where all the Queen of Stone Age all started their albums and stuff. And the desert rock scene.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, Iggy Pop, everything. So we kept in contact, and we set a date for Thanksgiving, like right before Thanksgiving. And as I was texting Dave Catching, the guitarist of Eagles Death Metal, he confirmed the date for a few days later, and that was the end of the text. And then 10 minutes later, literally 10 minutes later, we got the news flash that the Bataclan Paris attacks just happened to Eagles of Death Metal in Paris. and we were like, oh my God. So we were following that, and it was a very humongous tragedy, as you can imagine.
Right.
And we didn't contact Dave. We didn't want to bother him once we heard he was safe. And then a few days later, he wrote us and said, "You're still coming to record?" And I said, "Are you sure you want us to come and record right now after what just happened?" And he's like, "The music must go on." And we were so inspired, by the, how we felt, the melancholy of everything, that we ended up writing like a whole new album in days. So a lot of the songs were very based on how we felt after the Paris attacks in the world.
Wow.
And so we went there and recorded the album in 2 days, and we had to leave because Iggy Pop and Josh Homme were coming in to record their album. And so it's a very different departure from our normal sound, but we're playing 8 of the songs live right now, and people are loving them like crazy.
I'm so excited about that. I'll be at Warped Tour, so I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
That
great.
is such an awesome story.
Yeah, we were the first band to record at Blanche de Luna after the Paris attacks, and and also when we were finishing the album, Eagles of Death Metal came to our mixing session, Jesse Hughes and everybody, the singer, and they just sat there and listened to the songs in silence. They just closed their eyes and sat there and just listened to them, and it was a very, I won't get to specifics of their personal life, but they were very moved by it, and they were grateful that we wrote songs based on the tragedy of that event.
Wow.
The music must go on.
Oh, yes. Music must go on.
Yeah. It's life.
That is so cool. That is so cool. All right, so when did you guys, and how did this happen? How did you guys get signed to Motorhead? That's pretty awesome.
It's probably the most awesome thing that could possibly happen in music, as far as I'm concerned, because we consider Lemmy the standard of rock and roll. Like anything.
Oh yeah.
What would Lemmy do? He was the coolest cat in the world. He was everything to rock and roll. I mean, he was rock and roll. So we met him the very first night. We were invited by Rodney Bingenheim, the DJ from K-Rock, to come to America, who discovered us through MySpace, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was like the first DJ to play, Nirvana, Ramones, No Doubt, Oasis, Sex Pistols, Ramones, everybody.
Oh yeah.
So that was the cue. So we flew to LA to play our first show in America, and Rodney told us, go to the Sunset Strip, go to the Whiskey A Go-Go. It's the most famous club in the world. And as we were walking on the Sunset Strip, we ended up running into Lemmy the very first night we landed in LA in 2010, in October. And we met him, and we talked about punk rock and our love for the Damned and Sex Pistols, and he told us stories. And we kept running into him through the years, but he never saw us live. And I guess he was looking in 2015 to sign a band that he could put out on his label. And he looked at already 64 bands, and he turned them all down.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was just kind of getting disgusted. And someone told him, hey, Barb Wire Dolls are not signed. He's like, what? They're not signed? Oh, my God, I got to let's sign them. So, well, they're playing the Whiskey tonight. So he came down to the Whiskey. He saw us, and he was like, that's my band. That's the one I want. And he said he wanted us, and and do you want to record? Yes, we didn't even ask any questions. Excuse me.
That's insane. Wow. You guys have been going strong you got all across Europe, and then you're playing every date it works, right?
Every date, yes.
That's crazy. You guys haven't had a break. I mean, you started in May. Wow. So you're going straight from European tour to work. That's crazy.
We haven't stopped till December 18th, 2010 was our first show in America at the Roxy Theater. We sold it out, and then the next year, right there, we played 150 free shows in LA just to start the year off. And then we played about 200 shows a year up until now. So we've been over 850 shows in 25 countries now. But that's what you got to do when you don't, when you believe in your music and you really want to change the state of rock and roll, because we're not really happy with what's popular out there. Like, what's on major rock radios.
Oh, yeah.
Not our cup of tea, We believe it should be,
Rock and roll is completely different now. It's, you can't even describe it anymore because it's so many different genres that are mixed together, and it's like a hodgepodge.
That's why, the term has been diluted, and someone has to come and redefine it. And not that we're trying to redefine the word rock and roll. We're just trying to bring back the spirit of rock and roll. That's rock and roll. That makes you just want to go start a band, just jump for joy. And are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I thought maybe I'm losing signal, so I didn't cut out.
Okay, all right, that's cool. I mean,
I'm fine. Oh, okay. I thought it was cutting out, but it's not. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. It's been crazy. So you guys are going to be on work all the way until August, and you're going to be. It's all going to be behind your new album, Rub My Mind.
Yeah, we'll play songs from the last album too, and songs from our 3 albums. Split, our debut, and then Desperate, which is the first album that came out on Desperate, is the first album that came out on Motorhead Music last year, and then we're putting out this new album, Rub My Mind, because we just wanted to get it out. We just fell in love with it.
So who does all the writing?
Primarily me, and I work with, I collaborate with Isis mostly on everything, and the band just works everything out together.
Great.
It's a unified process.
Oh yeah. Do you guys do that? I mean, do you record all together, like for the whole album?
All live.
Were you together the whole time?
Yeah, we just record it all live. We're all just set up, and they record it live, and then we add extra stuff on afterwards. Add extra guitars.
Right.
Do some little harmonies and this and that for the vocals and stuff.
Wow.
But it's how you record records when you're a rock band. How they did it in the 70s, not how they do it today, where they track it and take a few months or whatever.
Oh yeah.
We might do that someday, but the point is right now we've been recording everything live in one take.
That's awesome. Because you're right there with each other. You can just discuss it while you're there. You're not in different countries and different states and emailing back and forth. No, I think that should be done.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can hash out everything you need and get rid of stuff, and I think that's the best way to do it. And plus,
normally, go ahead.
You guys have been together for a while, so you're pretty much like a family.
Yeah, we are. We live like a family. I mean, we're not communists, but we live like a commune. We literally, everybody just has their duties and shares everything, and no one has money. We just have one, bank account to fund the band, and whatever anybody needs, we pretty much do. And
that is so cool.
And that's all we do is just survive and get on the road to play the people that are paying to come see us. I mean, great people travel from all over the world to see us. I mean, the Whiskey A Go-Go, we have people flying in from all over the world. In Europe right now, in our last tour just ended a few days ago, people are traveling to 6 or 7 shows, in different countries. We call them the doll heads because they travel all over to see us.
I think I think everybody should do that. Everybody could. I mean, they could learn a thing or two of the way you guys, how your relationship is, and I mean that's how it makes your band so successful. I mean, you live like a common. I think that's just so cool. Everybody should know your story. I think it's unique, and I don't know. I think it's completely awesome. It just like captivated me when I read it. I was like, wow. Never heard of anything like it. It was just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way for us to do it. We don't have some big financial backer or, someone that comes in and says, here's $50,000, here, go record your album. I mean, we pay for everything ourselves by the money we make on tour and by the people that come to the shows and buy merch. And, it takes us, it took us 2 years to make the money to be able to record the debut album until we made enough money. And we had to go to Kickstarter to even get fans to put up $10,000 to help pay for it because, to do a good album, we recorded with Steve Albini, who recorded Nirvana, he's a famous engineer. I mean, he charged a lot of money, but he charges very little because he believes in the ethics of the band. He believes that, we keep the front up for rock and roll. It's not, some planned out, organized, people telling you what to do and having a backer. It's not a creation. It's, the music is our creation.
I mean, if not already, once everybody, or if they haven't heard your story, that's a huge inspiration for other bands to be able to start their band the right way. I mean, God, it could eliminate debt, all of the problems that bands have to go through, recording an album, and that's wild.
Anybody can do it, because we started, we booked our own shows for 5 years.
Wow.
I mean, we just tell people, they tell us, how do you do it? And I say, well, you know what? Everybody move into one room, like how we live in one room, studio.
Uh-huh.
No, just one room, not even a bedroom. Live there. Everybody, get jobs or whatever until we go on tour. And then everyone lives there. No one spends any money. We don't do anything special. We eat very cheaply. We eat rice and beans, and we cook ourselves. We don't go out to dinner at all. We almost never go to dinner unless people treat us. And then you go on the road and you book it, and you start off making no money, and then you start making money, and then you start funding it, and then
Wow.
And,
that is so cool.
Cool.
So tell me something about the band that nobody else knows.
We write about 100 songs a year, even though that we're only putting out 3 albums in 7 years. But we don't. We have hundreds of songs, but we don't have time to rehearse them or to record them. But we have enough music for at least 20 albums. So we'd like to keep it going so that we can have great music, outlet out there.
What do you guys do when you're like off the stage, when you're just hanging out? What kind of things do you guys do together?
Well, we go surfing every day pretty much together.
Really? That is so awesome.
It's our way to detox and to calm our minds. And we all surf, and and we have work to do every day. We're always making merch. The girls are sewing, and I just making designs and stuff.
What?
Oh yes, she makes all our clothes, everything, all the clothes that we sell, all the designs.
So cool.
Yeah, and so it's like we're just nonstop working. There's never like, oh, guess what? We have nothing to do today. That never happens. It hasn't happened in years. But we make sure that we go surfing and enjoy ourselves. We love surfing. It's healthy. Keep it healthy.
Wow. You guys should be like the poster child of how all bands should be. that is awesome, man.
I don't know if people can do it, but I mean, we can, so I'm sure other people can too. I mean,
oh yeah, you guys have been doing it for a really long time, so it's like second nature to you now.
Yeah, I mean, personal lives are not. You don't have, our drummer, they didn't see their family for 2.5 years.
Wow.
And, I didn't see my family for 1.5 years too. I just happened to see them because they happened to be in one of our shows. But I just tell people, like, when I joined the band, I was like, you know what? Imagine, we're in a revolution, or you're in the mission, or you're, in Greenpeace. We're going out to war, but, to play music, and you might not come back for 3 years, but, this is the most important thing. And if you want to do it, do it. If you can't handle it, go home. It's no problem.
Right.
Offense,
That's right. All right, man. Well, I hope and pray that everything works out and everything goes smoothly today. I am so sorry. I mean, that's really unfortunate, but, you guys will get there. It'll work out. You guys will get there, and everything will be peachy. And I am really looking forward to seeing you guys, and I will come say hi.
Please
I'll be at the Maryland date on the 16th of July, so.
Okay, you just come find us because we're a little overwhelmed with everything. We don't know where anything is. First time I work for us, so you come and say hi, and we'll be like, yay.
Absolutely will.
Okay, thanks so much for calling.
No, thank you. Thank you for talking to me, even though that happened. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, man, thank you so much for talking to me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right. See you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Thanks.